So hearings into the Public Protector's Impeachment Inquiry have wrapped up for today. Let's get a debrief. We're joined by Newzroom Afrika's reporter Athi Mtongana, who's been following developments around this. So, Athi, earlier on, a DA committee member accusing Dalimpofu of being arrogant, dismissive and disrespectful. What brought that on?
Well, it's the line of questioning that we've seen Advocate Dalimpofu use throughout the hearings this week, similarly to the way in which he questioned the first witness, which appeared. He was a constitutional law expert, giving them a background of the role of a head of a Chapter 9 institution, particularly the Office of the Public Protector. And so even then, when he was questioning the second witness, a former SARS executive, Mr. Johan van Locherenberg, who was being cross-examined by Dalimpofu. And so that line of questioning was something that MPs have been taking an issue with throughout the week, and even going as far as you've put it, to say that Dalimpofu is being disrespectful and being dismissive, and just the way in which he's been asking questions or has been cross-examining the witnesses is something that the MPs here have certainly taken an issue with. I'd like us to actually listen to the DA's Kevin Mileham raising this point with the chairperson.
I promise never to refer to advocates as rogue advocates.
Yes. Well, if are you trying to be coy and funny, Mr. Lochenberg, so that we can laugh at the right time? Pardon?
No, Chair.
Okay.
If I may, Chairperson.
Thanks. Honorable Mileham.
Chairperson, once again, I need to object to the tone and manner in which Advocate Mpofu is addressing the witness. We agreed in the directives that witnesses would be treated with dignity and respect. And that is not the case in the way that Advocate Mpofu is addressing the witnesses. In fact, I find his behavior, and I said this yesterday, towards this committee and towards the witnesses to be aggressive, to be disrespectful, to be interrupting, to be arrogant and dismissive. And I'd like to put it on record that Advocate Mpofu needs to start learning how to interact with Parliament. This is not a court of law. There's no grandstanding here. We are here to find the facts. We are here to determine whether or not there's any truth to this. And that's what we are working towards. Now, Advocate Mpofu, please, I'm going to beg of you, please just let's try and stick to the facts, let's stick to the point and deal with it appropriately. The way that to accuse a witness of being coy or misleading or whatever it was that you said you used facetious earlier, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable.
I think this committee has got a chairperson, and that if Advocate Mpofu or any of us are not consistent with the directives, it is well within the chair to bring us back into order. It is going to be very abusive for people to abruptly just stand up here and tell us their feelings. It's not like we are all feeling the same, but we subject everybody in the process here into the capable hands of the chair. So please do not allow that, chair. That people must just, when they feel hot, raise hands here to tell us they are feeling hot. It's not going to happen like that. As long as you have not said to the Advocate Mpofu you are out of line or anything of that sort, Advocate Mpofu is in line and should be protected by you, the chairperson.
The chairperson of the committee, Dudu Richard Janki, coming in to say that this kind of exchange shouldn't take place given how important of a role this particular committee has in as far as setting the precedent for how a public protector would essentially be removed. So this particular exchange is one that we've actually seen throughout the week, and so the chairperson trying to control the proceedings, some going as far as saying that the chairperson hasn't been able to control these processions in an orderly manner, given the fact that they have taken an issue with the way that Advocate Dalimpofu has been cross-examining the witnesses. Another interesting development that happened today, Dudu, is that of the public protector herself actually being sworn in. She took an oath She chose to take an oath when she was then presented that opportunity by Parliament's constitutional and legal team, because the MPs had to then ask questions to the public protector, and that is why the committee had to swear her in so that she takes an oath. And she did not basically respond to the questions, saying that she's evoking some of the options that have been availed as per the directives of the committee to be able to answer to some of the questions in writing. And indeed, most of the questions that were asked by the MPs are around this particular issue that they're dealing with, and as far as her so-called SARS rogue unit report is concerned, and she chose to then say she will be responding in writing. However, the only question that she was actually able to answer today was that pertaining to the accusation that has come out from the second witness, Mr. Locherenberg, who's been reiterating this message, or reiterating his stance, saying that the public protector did not give him an opportunity to be able to provide evidence when she was doing the investigations around the so-called rogue unit within SARS. And he was saying that the public protector did not use the correct address and did not make enough attempts to try and reach out to him. The public protector responded and said that verbally, herself, that is, not through her lawyer or through her senior counsel, she responded by saying they do have evidence and that they will be bringing the investigators who did try to reach out to Locherenberg by coming before the committee to witness and be witnesses and testify before the Section 194 committee.
Athi Mtongana, thank you very much for that debrief.